Okay, here we are. This is Denis Ponsot. Again, making the second pass of colors here on this iris. I started with the cobalt violet, and then I combined the quinacridone violet with the mauve. Quinacridone violet with the mauve to make a puddle of paint, which I'm still working with here. You can see the puddle of paint is still there. Still working with that. I'm going to move back to my 5 brushes because I'm in smaller areas now. About right here. Here I don't have pencils, so I can, again, clean up my edges a little bit so they're nice and sort of rounded. This is pencil, so I want to stay away. Come around the turn here, like this. See, make a nice shape out of it. The small brushes are great for that. They really know how to tuck into those corners. Get the water brush going, and then pull the color out with the water brush. I try to work fairly quickly, but I'm working around. I don't stay in one area and sort of finish. I like to bring the colors all around the subject, sort of have it come up all at one time. Here too, I've taken out the line so I can come in and shape that a little cleaner. Just like that. Bring the color out a little bit further. Now you'll see, I will show you a spot where there is no underpainting, meaning the cobalt violet. And you'll see the difference in the color. And again, I'm not nearly as dark as I'm going to get here. Bring that color all the way out to the edge of the flower. Soften it down. We have the color here now. Top. We can straighten this line out. Bring the color all the way down like that. Put the water and bring it to the edge. Sometimes the flower doesn't really look like it's maturing until the 4th layer. At this point, it's only the 2nd. Turning my brush again so I can see where I'm painting. Connecting. Here we are on the inside. See, I've got too much paint on my brush. So I've got to point my brush by rolling it like that. And you see how I've got a point now. So I can get into close to that line and make the shape that I need. Just like that. You need a steady pace when you're working. Not too frantic, nice and steady. I'm actually showing you a road map here, like where I begin. Now I'm right-handed, so I'm beginning on the left-hand side of the flower. This way my hand, the bottom of my hand is never going into the paint. Not to say it never happens, but here too, I have too much paint. Gotta take some out. You could tell if it's puffy and you put it down, you could be in a situation where the you have a big glob in the middle of your picture. Again, shook a lot of the water out this time so I could bring this out carefully. You know, at the end of the iris painting, I think the irises should float like a Calder sculpture. One of his beautiful mobiles. Should have a sense of buoyancy about it. You know, nothing too heavy. Again, we're here. With the smaller brush, it's easy to navigate these places. We'll bring a little more color underneath there. Just bring this out a little bit. And bring it down with a bit of water to give it a highlight. Continuing along here. There is a shadow on this portion of the flower underneath this little edge. Just about like that. And then we're going to soften the edge with water. Here too. No pencil there, so I can shape that better. See? It has a more graceful edge to it. Bring it up a little bit. Soften. And preserving a little bit of the double thickness there. Let's take some of this coming down now. You have some here. You could leave a little bit of it. You know, you don't have to cover all of what was there. Sometimes I do that intentionally. You know, why hide the effort you made? But there is no pencil, so I can be soft here on all ends. See, I'm bringing it down further. Eventually you have to have some color here. It can't be white. The highlights here are actually going to be shadows. I'm curving my hand like before to again shape the flower at this side. Oh, it's too much paint. Take some of the paint out. Clean. We're almost done for this moment. We have color here. Bring it up a little bit. Sounds familiar, right? This is white. This has to change. Just getting those shadows. Now these actually look like shadowed areas, a little more than they did before. Again, we're saving the extra edge there. Last little spots. We got to come in here. I'm going to shape this a little bit since I don't have pencil, as I keep saying. There we go. Underneath, again, this is a heavily shadowed area. This is a good way to start. You're not too dark. You're really getting a feeling of everything. Get in there, shape that edge a little more. Come right up, show the double edge if you want. I'll give you a peek of this in just a second. To the edge of the flower. See if we can come around in front here. And closed in on this a little bit. There you can see. The color's fairly accurate. It's fairly accurate. This has to dry. When you reach this point, it has to dry. There is some stem and things you could work on, but you have to let it dry. All right, everybody. See you again soon.